Hey guys, how you doing? Wow, what a lot of send button meetings there was on today there, guys. Welcome along anyway to my TBC Live Broadcast 332 live broadcasts today. Seen a lot of broadcasts also today, just one after the other. Some are doubling up, tripling up. So I'm trying to watch 2 or 3 at once at times. So hence why sometimes I don't always respond back sometimes straight away, but still there in the background. Got a bit of a mild day here today, about 12 degrees Celsius, which is about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. We've got a maximum temperature here today of about 17 degrees Celsius, which will be around about 55 Fahrenheit. So guys, welcome along to my broadcast. Also my regular supporters there in my chat box, Mr. Shohag Ahmed over there in Bangladesh. Really nice to see you there, Shohag. Shohag is also, guys, a broadcaster too. He's doing a fantastic job over there in Bangladesh and taking it to the next level. So I'm really, really pleased to hear that Shohag is doing that. Also another fellow broadcaster there too, Christina Tanglay. How you doing, Christina? Nice to see you there. I've just been chasing up this BTC transaction I did for you there yesterday, Christina, about 4 o'clock here. And don't know what happened at the time. Wiki was trying to find it and everything, and no, it wasn't that address. And I thought, oh no, I've sent it to the wrong address. So I've been sort of frantically trying to find it, and I've just managed to find out where it's gone to. So I sent it to another lady's one instead, and she's actually wondering how all this money come into a Bitcoin account. So, whew, I tell you, that was a bit of stress today, I tell you. But we'll get there. Christine says she's just finished her send button meetings. Okay, watching those. Yep. So guys, if you haven't watched your send button meetings, there's about I think 10 or 11 different send button meetings happening now in all sorts of different languages. Perovsky, which is in Russian, and Filipino, which is Tagalog. Also, of course, English. We've got Hindi, we've got Madhupuri, we've got Bangla, we've got Telugu, and some of the other languages there too. I think we've got French as well, and I don't think we've actually got a French. Oh yes, we have. We've got a French send button host now. Yes, Samuel Bolger. So yeah, great to see everybody around the world coming into our community, and this is getting really real, guys, with what's happening now in TBC, and what is actually going to be, going on from here and on, here and then out, here and in. How do you say that? Here on in. Okay. So yeah, I think that we're all starting to see that TBC is able to be used now to purchase goods and services. It's able to be used. It's cashable as well, guys. How do you do that? By introducing two people, okay, to encourage fast duplication. That's the key to it, guys, is encouraging fast duplication. If we want this community to grow into an abundant community and give everyone that opportunity to share the abundance of our digital coin to these new people coming in, then that's what we need to do, is help other people to understand what this is all about. A lot of people there, I was just looking at Randy's broadcast earlier, a lot of people don't really care about money. They just think, oh, I'll just go and earn it, and if I waste it this week, it's all right. I'll just have my wage or salary next week to make up for that. You see, guys, that's all good and well and everything, but in a business sense, that would not make business sense. To just throw money away if it's not going to be like an asset. So Randy was actually just earlier today discussing about the cash flow quadrant, which is Robert Kiyosaki. If you guys have not heard of this gentleman, he's a big investor into condominium apartments. A lot of these, business people like that, the investors, they do like invest into, investments that are going to give them a good return. So one of the biggest investments, guys, in the world as well for a lot of people now is property investment. And another person there, by the way, that Stephen Covey mentioned about yesterday was, it was 2 days ago, about Grant Cardone. He does a lot of property investment in apartments, and his whole theory behind that is you might as well just invest into one big block of apartments rather than invest in just a normal 3-bedroom home with maintenance around it, like grass to cut, gardens to maintain, the outside of the house to maintain. So it starts to get costly, you see. And this is where a lot of mum and dad landlords get it wrong, So the thing is, guys, I always believe that you're better to actually do that and invest like as such. There's no investment advice or anything. I'm just saying this is what I would do, and that would be investing in apartments, and because I've done all that before with the properties, and it was a headache, I tell you. The thing is, I was servicing all these houses I had around town. They're all in the same sort of area, but I had to drive them all individually to the different places, which was a hassle. And if it was all just in the one apartment block, you just have to walk from that door to that door to that door to see all your tenants. So it's a lot easier. Hello there, by the way, to Musa Aholi over there in the USA. Nice to see you there today. Always a great pleasure to have you on my show, friend. What we're going to do today, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys and give you some updates on what's happening there in our TBC community. And see what the latest information is coming out there. All right, so here we go. TBC is all over the world. Now, this is a video that came out there today, and this is by Stephen Covey, his broadcast number 409. He does a fantastic job, by the way. He's just so positive. This guy is just amazing. So I just have to watch him every day. He's just
Hello, everyone. This is Stephen Tyrone Covey.
Okay, I'll just put it a bit fast forward there. Go to the main point there.
When the Cinema meeting start for me here in my location in the United States on the East Coast. Okay? It starts at 12 o'clock noon for me. Okay? All right. I'm not going to play it because y'all can't hear me. Y'all can all go to the Billion Coin and play this at any point in time. Okay? All right. And TBC admin was there again.
Oh, wow. So I missed that broadcaster meeting today. I was going to get up and go to it, but I'm just sort of getting over this cold. I didn't want to get a relapse of it. And it was a bit cold in the middle of the night to get up. So I thought I'll just watch the replay on there. So sounds like another good broadcast because I was on the one previous week live, and that was brilliant. So I'll just go a bit further forward there.
During the time of the Cinema meeting to collect their Bitcoin for their place there and Bitcoin, the top 3 winners.
All right, so that's Stephen Covey there talking there about the broadcasters meeting on his actual broadcasters meeting for the actual broadcasters, if that makes sense. Okay. So May 13th broadcasters meeting. So this is was this the one we just looked at? What happened there? This is actually the broadcasters meeting itself now. So if you're a broadcaster, you are invited along to these broadcasters meetings every week. Now they start at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time to 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which will be 3:30 a.m. NZST time, which is about 3:30 a.m. New Zealand Tuesday morning. So Monday morning in America and Tuesday morning here in New Zealand. Right, so cash flow quadrant, rich dad, poor dad. Now this is what I was just mentioning about there before about, Randy Wilson was talking about the cash flow quadrant, and what makes it different, what makes the rich people rich, what makes the poor people poor, what makes the middle class. So this is something that I also studied years and years ago with the cash flow quadrant, with the business. You've got your business owner, you've got your investor, you've got your employee, and you've got your self-employed, and they all fall into different categories. So Randy was just explaining this in his broadcast. I'll just see if we can get that up there.
Hello, folks.
Excuse me.
Poor.
Right. So this here shows you the difference. This one here shows you the difference. This is how the rich handle their income. Okay. So that as they earn income from their assets, they are using that income to buy more assets. So they can generate more income. That's how they do it. They keep buying more and more assets. That's sort of the concept I do too. Like I always looking for new assets to look at, to go into, invest into. Now, again, I'm not an investment advisor or anything like that. This is just my own personal thing that I would do. So the middle class, you see that what they do, they like to keep up with the Joneses and everything. They want to give their children the best clothes and the best education, and have a nice home and nice cars, and plenty of food and everything like this. So those particular people in the middle class are digging a deeper and deeper hole for themselves, because they're not actually really living for today. They're basically covering their debts from yesteryear, and credit cards run up to the maximum. They're living on the never, or living on tick, or we also call it drip feed, living on the drip feed. Okay, so my dad always taught me, always pay cash. If you can't afford to buy it, you can't afford it. Okay, if you haven't got the cash, you can't afford it. I got into the trap when I was younger. Wanted to keep up with all my friends with their cars, so I thought, I'm going to go and buy myself a car. And I only need to put down this amount of deposit, and I can pay off the other thousands of dollars over the next 3 years. Isn't this great? But I'll tell you what, after a few months, you think, gee, what did I do that for? I mean, here I am now. I've basically tied myself up financially for the next 3 years. So it was like a real dumb thing to do, So I've learned from that, and now I don't have any debt. I don't have any debt. If I don't have the cash, I won't buy it. Against, say, just to compare it with, say, my brother, he's got a mortgage, nearly paid off, of course, now, but for that last 10, 12 years, whatever it was, he's just been, broke, because he's got all his money tied up in their cars. One of the cars was on tick. Luckily, he had a company car as well. So, but then again, you're answering to that boss in a situation like that. You see a lot of people that are tied up in that sort of debt have got no option than having to go and work for an income. So and then the poor people, what they do, they just buy stuff that depreciates in value. You know what I mean? They might buy the big screen TV that was worth at the time $3,000, but now two years later or less, it's now only worth $200. And then they might buy that flash car that was $12,000. It's now worth $2,000. You see, so all their investments that they might do are not assets; actually, they're liabilities. You know, so fantastic broadcast that Randy Wilson put out there, TBC Randy. Check that one out about the cash flow quadrant with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And then, guys, we had the send button meetings all, as I was saying earlier there today. They were, in all these different languages now. We've got about 11, I think, now, different, send button meetings happening. And if you don't know already what the TBC confidentials are, I can't tell you that, because you're going to have to attend a send button meeting to find out. So I just want to bring your attention to this gentleman again. He's becoming quite a familiar face now around the TBC community, and he's only in his early 20s, I think, by the look of him. This is Ace Fletcher. He lives in the Philippines, and he is just absolutely smashing it, guys, with what he's bringing in, the numbers that he's bringing in. I think we've got about 60-something new people in for the week. So he's, I guess, a millionaire in the Philippines just about now with his results that he's been achieving. So I said also yesterday that we have now 3 different prizes, first, second, and third. So here's a familiar face. What a lovely lady this one is. This is Marianne Murphy from South Africa. Now, she got second place, so she was able to, pick up the second prize on the Bitcoin contest, which was 100 grains of gold, which is around about $225, $230, somewhere about that amount. Then the third place, we have a 3-way tie for third place. Wow. So 3 people got the same numbers in third place. This was one of the people, this gentleman here. This gentleman here. And there's another, there's one other one somewhere. I'm not sure what happened to the other one there, but anyhow, I'm just going to read this again. Congratulations to Ace Fletcher for winning this week's Bitcoin contests, the 3rd time to win, with an impressive 61 paid sign-ups last week. He will receive 200 grain of Bitcoin right now during the live broadcast of the English send button meeting. Congratulations to Marianne Murphy. She will receive 100 grain of Bitcoin right now during the live broadcast of the English send button meeting for second place. We have a free 3-way tie for third place. Congratulations to Malagaya Ramalito, Samarita, Kawako Ya Simeon, and Nosy Eric. Wow. No picture was available for Nosy Eric. Okay. Who will split 50 grain in Bitcoin during this meeting, works out to be 16.67 grain each if they all show up. Remember, you got to show up to get the payment, guys. If you don't show up on the live English send button meeting, then how are they going to pay it to you? Okay, so we will show the whole TBC community the live transfer of Bitcoin to the Bitcoin wallet they will provide us using the Bitref website before and after. Please carefully provide us a fully functional Bitcoin wallet address that is in their possession. There is zero room for a mistake in this size of a Bitcoin transfer. So be 100% sure that you are all giving us a correct Bitcoin address. We will use the grain of gold calculator to determine how much 200 grain is right now in USD and send the equivalent amount to them in Bitcoin. All right, so that's the results there. See, look, Nigeria was there. One man got 10 new sign-ups in Nigeria. But in the total of Nigeria, there was actually 88 sign-ups. Philippines, 61 there with Ace Fletcher. Ivory Coast, 10. Uganda, 6. Ukraine, 3. Cameroon, 3. All right, so that's cool. Look at this. It's just amazing. All these. Look, New Zealand now. We've got one in New Zealand. That might be one from, I think, Brother Key, Sister Bex. So there we are, guys. We're coming on to the leaderboard now. I need to get out there and get some time to do that. That's my biggest thing. I've got about 4 or 5 different businesses I'm running. One of the businesses I've got to take off soon overseas to Belarus, which will be on the 1st of June. And that's just for about a week. So there we are, guys. I mean, all these different countries you can see, like I can see some new ones coming in there now that I haven't seen on the board before. Hong Kong, Belgium, New Zealand. Where else have we got those new ones? Russian Federation coming in there. Burkina Faso, which is the gold mining area where there's about 1 or 2 deaths every week or two with people trying to go into those unsafe mines. I'm just glad someone has gone to them to tell them about the digital gold that they can now have without having to, try and dig for 1 gram of gold. We have analysed the results of this Bitcoin contest and have found that the TBC members in Nigeria led the whole TBC community in growth with 38 contestants and 88 paid sign-ups last week. 29 countries had 183 contestants last week out of the full-time database, which has 1,817 members in it. Philippines, Ivory Coast, Uganda, Ukraine, Cameroon, South Africa, Russian Federation, and Greece were all strong contenders last week with double-digit numbers. We want to thank all of those that made an effort to recruit paid sign-ups last week. This is a brand new week, and you have another chance to win a week from now. We also have 738 merchants now, and as that number grows, it will be easier to share TBC with others. We also are looking for more send button hosts to cover the other languages such as Russian, Greek, and Italian, since we are seeing good growth there. So my partner, she actually speaks Russian, but I've just got to get her on to what we're doing here, because she's doing another business I've got, and that sort of takes a lot of her time to do that, but she's doing translating from her language into English, so that can sort of be a bit of a time consuming exercise. So in order to participate in Bitcoin contests, you need to be a qualified full-timer. To qualify, you need a complete profile. You have to have viewed a recent send button meeting, and you must have at least 2 active paid referrals. All right, so before you can actually participate for the contest, you need to have 2 paid referrals. You need to also be a full-timer. So this box, this radio button needs to be ticked as a full-timer. And then you just hit the update, and then that will make your profile change in there to become a full-timer. So if you have not updated your KCBO profile to be listed in the full-timer database, you should do that now, so that we can recognize your recruiting efforts for you and your country. You need to update your profile to full-timer to collect Bitcoin bounties. So yes, new members need to get 2 paid sign-ups before they can see the Bitcoin Bounty menu under the account area of KCBO. They can collect the Bitcoin Bounty even on their first 2 paid signups that they needed to qualify as a full-timer. Okay? So I'd like to encourage all of our full-timers to make a weekly effort to recruit new members and do their best to win the Bitcoin contest. And even if they don't win, they can still collect their Bitcoin bounties as often as they wish. Currently, I'm personally paying out the Bitcoin bounties as the requests come in, and doing so in less than 24 hours of the request. Excuse me. How to get millions of cookies before you redeem. This is a very exciting time of year for TBC. As of Wednesday, May 1st, 2019, we began another redemption period where our members can redeem their cookies for TBC Kringle coins, which is spendable with our participating merchants. Cookies are just a simple point system. We have 2 redemption months per year in May and November during the distribution phase of TBC. These are the months we actually create TBC Millionaires. 2019 promo explained in detail. So a purchase of 40 grain of Kringle will entitle you to at least get a whole TBC coin and maximizes your cookie reward for recruiting new members into TBC. One TBC coin today is worth $8,664,416.54. So that is $8 million is a massive amount of money. If you have not completed a transaction yet, now is the time to get that done so you can collect the rewards. Contact your sponsor or a TBC leader to complete your transaction today. Broadcasters get their maximum cookie rewards available, so become a TBC broadcaster today. You see, that's 1 million cookies, guys, that you would receive as a broadcaster for doing each broadcast that you do. It can be once a day or once a week. If you do one once a week, you're going to pick up 1 million cookies. If you're doing it once a day, that's like 7 million cookies a week you'll be picking up. Also, by attending those send button meetings, putting in the keyword, as a broadcaster, you will pick up 1 million cookie rewards for doing that. However, if you're not a broadcaster and you're watching the send button meetings, you're only going to be able to pick up 1,000 cookie rewards. So how do you define success within a financial system? TBC was designed to meet all of your financial needs, from short-term, mid-term, and long-term. Even the poorest person on earth can sign up and get started today. You see, guys, this doesn't take any money really to start, okay? TBC pays Bitcoin bounties daily, 7 days a week. To those out there sharing the gift and helping others to get the admin fee paid, 4 grain per sign up is about 11 USD. And many people all over the world have jobs where they work all day long to earn that much. Short-term needs are met when enough income comes in to pay the immediate bills that everyone has. Showing someone how they can earn enough today in Bitcoin bounties to pay the electric bill, that reminds me, by the way, I have to pay that, could be the difference between keeping the lights on or not. Everyone faces the next bill that needs to be paid immediately, including car payments, cell phone bills, utility bills, and the list goes on and on, right down to putting food on the table today. Good thing Bitcoin bounties are usually paid out within hours of the request to withdraw and no more than 24 hours. Work today, get paid today. Midterm needs can be met by the gift of 250 Kringle coins alone. In some countries, the value of this gift is equal to a full year's salary. It's a very generous gift, and it leads the way to ending poverty globally. More and more merchants are coming on board with us, and that makes this gift more and more spendable each passing month. It's like having a savings account for people that could never afford to save any money until TBC came along. Long-term needs can be met by doing a few simple activities to earn cookie rewards and then redeeming those cookies during a redemption period like the one we are in right now. Cookie rewards can easily turn you into a TBC millionaire, and you even have the potential of becoming a TBC billionaire. Once we reach our objective of having 1 billion members, all of the value in those coins will be unlocked in a full-blown TBC economy. The massive abundance that is available today could set up a legacy that will be enjoyed for generations to come. You thought long-term needs meant retirement income, didn't you? Well, Bitcoin bounties can accumulate in a matter of months to have that retirement income set up as a long-term passive residual income. Why spend decades slowly saving up for retirement when you can set yourself up for life in just a few short months? Are you generous enough to overcome whatever hang-ups you have in sharing TBC with everyone you come in contact? You are the only obstacle holding you back to change the lives of the people all around you. Spread the love and show some respect. Share TBC with everyone. Yes, this is a this is a repeat of last week. That's how important this whole meeting, this whole message is right now. So that's a brilliant one, and I remember this from last week. TBC admin has put this up because it's a very, very important message, you know. So bit of reading there to do. All right, so I'll just go to the next one, I think. Okay, so I think we had already been through here before. Third place will be split third, fourth, and fifth. So this was just from the contest that was happening in the Bitcoin. Stephen Covey explains this in his broadcast on what happened with the tie between third place, fourth place, and fifth place. So they all had the same numbers. So that's where it gets divided up evenly amongst those winners. The contest so far, this is just before we finish, I just wanted to give you an update on that. So we just started off again this week for the new contest. So I'm just going to log into that back office. All right, so look at that. We've got a new person up there in Belgium now. Manjon Diadon, I think Diodon, with 8 active signups. Wow. See, people are starting to catch on to this now and thinking, wow, this is not as hard as I thought it was at the beginning. It's quite easy. And then underneath that one, we've got Theonacho Omikachi with 7 paid signups so far. So the numbers are getting bigger and bigger now. 8, 7, 6 in the first, second, third place. All right, so there we go. You know, and I can see there's Mary Lou Brow there from the Philippines. She's a broadcaster herself, and she's already on 3 on that one for the new week. So that's fantastic, guys. Just seeing that, and some new people coming up in there. All right, so that's about all I have there today to share. But I'll just double check my chat box here. Just make sure I've got no other comments or anything there. That's cool. All right. So thank you guys once again for joining me there today. It's always a pleasure to have you guys come into my live broadcasts that I have here, broadcasting out of Christchurch, New Zealand. This was my live 332 broadcast. I'll be back again tomorrow, guys, for the same time of 12 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So until then, guys, have a fantastic day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, and hope to see you all again tomorrow. And guys, just remember, peace.